What if I told you that the tomatoes squeezed into your favorite sauces start their journey in fields so massive that you actually lose sense of where the land ends and the sky begins? And that the real story behind this 80 million ton harvest is way more intense than anything you've seen on food documentaries? Every season, before the sun even thinks about rising, thousands of farmers step into air that still holds the night's cold, walking across fields that look quiet but are actually seconds away from exploding into movement as engines roar, cutters drop, and the ground shakes under machines built to collect tomatoes faster than a human brain processes what's happening. And yeah, it sounds dramatic, but that's honestly the only word that fits, because this harvest isn't just farming, it's a massive, unpredictable race between ripeness, weather moods, breakdowns, and time itself. You'll see giant conveyor mouths swallowing red clusters like they're alive, workers doing these split-second quality checks with a mix of muscle memory and instinct, and supervisors yelling numbers over radios that crackle like old movies, because everything has to stay perfectly synchronized, or else an entire batch can go from premium to trash in minutes, which is crazy when you consider these tomatoes end up in sauces eaten across the planet. But the real thing nobody talks about is the pressure farmers trying to hit impossible quotas. Machines overheating under the sun like they're about to melt. Field dust turning into this thin fog that sticks to faces, and still everyone keeps going because the factories waiting miles away need non-stop supply. Inside those plants, the tomatoes hit custom-built washing tunnels, textured rollers, thermal chambers, all moving so fast that even the workers say it feels like watching a river, but the river is made of food. And the part that always hits me is how each tiny moment matters. The exact second a picker lifts a crate, the temperature inside a steel drum, it's a slight sweetness shift inside a tomato when it crosses peak ripeness. Small things that decide whether the final flavor reaches your kitchen bold, rich, and clean, or flat and lifeless. People assume it's all machines, but the truth is this entire chain is held together by instincts of people who can look at a tomato and know if it survived the heat wave 3 weeks ago. It's human judgment hidden inside a giant mechanical ecosystem, and that's what makes the whole thing strangely beautiful. Farmers talk about the sound of a good harvest, the mix of engines, snapping stems, tumbling metal, and these tiny bursts of juice hitting the sides of stainless steel belt sand. They say you never forget it, even after decades. It's not perfect either. Machines jam, crates spill, storms hit out of nowhere, and sometimes whole sections of the field rip apart under the wheels. But they keep pushing because every second lost in the field is a delay for the sauce makers, who run their plants like living organisms that never sleep. Imagine vats taller than houses, stirring thousands of gallons of tomato pulp till the room smells like steam and summer mixed together, and technicians moving between panels with blinking lights like they're conducting an orchestra. All of it happening just so someone, somewhere, can twist open a bottle and taste something that feels familiar. And honestly, when you see how many hands, how many risks, how many tiny decisions hold up this massive 18 million ton chain, it hits you differently, like behind every tablespoon of sauce there's a whole world operating on the edge of chaos, but still making it look easy, and it makes you think. If this is what truly happens behind one of the world's biggest harvests, then what else is happening out there in the food world that nobody sees until the last bite reaches the plate?